Welcome back to GMC Live Reviews. I'm Carl Froof and we're live reviewing Mikeno Lodge in Virunga National Park in the DRC. And this is a live sustainability review with Pashon, the lodge manager. Pashon, thank you very much for joining us and looking after us.
You're welcome.
Just quickly tell us, with regards to sustainability, so we're talking about things like power and water. Just tell us, how does Mikeno Lodge operate?
Yeah, so for the power in Mikeno Lodge, the power we're using, we get it from the electrical dam in Matebe.
That hydro plant?
It's a huge hydro plant which was built in by the Virunga National Park, which we inaugurated in 2015. And from that date till now, it's the electricity we're using.
So it's providing electricity for the lodge itself, but also...
No, it's provide electricity for the lodge and for the whole local communities as well.
Sure.
Even tonight from here, you can see on the road there is electricity. That exact electricity comes from that hydro project as well, and which we are using here. And the water is the same, so we have a spring somewhere, and which was nicely built from which was built in 2013 by Virunga National Park project as well. And that water, that spring gives water just for the local community, and it's the water we are using here as well. Yeah.
So
it's fresh water coming straight from the mountain.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the projects that you have done really has an impact, not just on the sustainable operation of the lodge, but it also provides a lot of power and water to the local communities.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
And then you've been managing the lodge from the start.
Yeah, from the start, yes.
And you've been involved in training and empowering people and...
Yeah, so I start here as a storekeeper first, but I've been managing the lodge since January 2013. Yeah, and when we opened the lodge, all the people, all the staff we used were from Goma. Goma, which is the big city for North Kivu in DRC.
Next to the lake, eh?
Yeah, next to the lake. But our goal was just to promote and to give the local community the job as well. It was very hard to find the people who have good skills to work, to do such kind of job here. So our main goal, it was to train the local people around. And nowadays, I can tell you that 85% of our staff are just local.
Sure.
Yes.
That's incredible. I mean, you guys really set an example for every other lodge out there. You know, if you can do it in Virunga, surely other lodges can do it. Similar, sustainable, community involved operations protocol, you know. So thank you very much for setting such a good example.
You're welcome. And this lodge is as a main lodge in Virunga National Park, so is now the basic place for the hospitality tourism training. So all the other managers and the people, others which are working in other camp and lodge in the Virunga National Park are always trained here first, and then we send them to the other.
So this is a very good example of you know, conservation working hand in hand with communities around the park. You know, because if we don't have the communities that benefit and see the value of conservation, then we will lose everything.
Yes.
And I'm really glad that you guys have these principles in place.
Yes.
And that you're doing it really, really well, and an example for everyone.
Yes, thank you so much. And that's why I told you we need to get so many guests, so because that will help us to to accomplish our mission. Yeah.
That's one thing that we still just wanted to touch on. So the revenue received from tourism,
Yeah.
we just quickly discussed it. You know, half goes to the government,
Yes.
and then of the half that's left,
Yeah.
30%
Go to the local community, and 20% that stay here. Then
back
it's,
into operations.
yeah, into operations.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
communities benefit water,
Yeah.
power, and income.
Yeah, income and job as
Job
well.
creation.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's all. That's also try to. It helped to reduce the number of the um, rebels, or the, I mean, for the
negative
jobless,
impact,
number of
yeah.
the jobless in the area. Yeah.
Well, that's we can clearly see that that's why it's working.
Yeah.
Bonjour.
Thank you so
Merci
much.
beaucoup. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm Carl through from GMClivereviews, and this is a live sustainability review of Mikeno Lodge in Virunga National Park, and we'll speak to you soon.